Is my screen visible? Good, thank you. Beep beep, beep beep. At 3 p.m. on 12th December 2018, I got 5 different SMS saying I'm doing transactions in USD. Sensing something is not right, I jumped, I checked what's the transaction is all about, and then immediately calling my credit card company to block the card. What follows was a series of incidents which helped me dig more into this topic, fraud, and especially banking fraud. As more and more people are moving away from physical banking needs to online, the chances of you being fooled or made a potential victim in banking fraud are increasing daily. Even today, when I was reading the newspaper, I found that 1.3 lakh of a person was taken away or transferred just because he was lured to make sure that he gets best benefit of his reward points on his credit card. The situation is grave, and trust me, the person who is doing these fraud is doing it so meticulously and so smoothly that you cannot gauge whether it's a wrong person on the other hand or whether it's the right person. Today, as I would like to share 3 different types of fraud which are happening and which I was able to collect data on. The first fraud in my list is, consider this scenario. Rohan. Rohan is trying to get a message or is trying to get his bank certificate and decide to call his home branch. And he was not having his bank's call center number handy. So he did a Google search on his bank's number. And then the number of a fraud person was listed on Google search, which he used. He dials the number, share all the details to make sure that he gets his bank certificate. But unknowingly, he shared lot of details which were not meant to be shared, like CVV, credit card data, OTPs, etc. Over the course, the caller lured him to make sure that he uninstall his banking app, and then he took that chance to make sure that the overall transaction is in his control. And then he did the fraud. He transferred X amount of money from Rohan's account and made sure that this fraud successfully happens. Basically, the way or the modus operandi of this overall fraud is that the customer is generally called upon with the following ways, like your account will be deactivated unless you do so and so, or your reward points will be expired, you have to do this and this. So this way, when a message is coming, please be extra cautious. Maybe it's a genuine message, but it can also be a problematic scenario. This scenario where the fraudster tries to get all the information upfront is called as phishing attack. In phishing attack, basically a scammer poses as a bank representative and tries to trick customers and get all the required details needed to execute this fraud. And trust me, they do it so smoothly that you won't realize that you have been duped. To move forward, the next type of attack is email. In email they generally post a link which is which redirects you to a mock website, or a website which exactly look like your bank website, but it's a problematic website. So like emails like this where you can see links, and when you click on links you can realize that this link particularly is going to some bonusatom.com, which is a potential risk. When you go into that link, you need to log in, so you share a lot of information which helps the fraudster to do or execute the fraud. This type of fraud is called as phishing attack. Actually the fraudster is trying to fish you from this big ocean and then try to execute the attack. Please note, whenever you are clicking on a link in an email, be extra cautious. It's not recommended. Generally go to your browser and type the website address, which is generally on the backside of your debit or credit cards. The next type of attack is very popular these days. It's called as sim swap attacks. In sim swap attacks, what happens is that your sim is temporarily or permanently blocked, and the fraudster is making a duplicate of your sim. So whatever OTPs you are getting, it's not actually on your sim, it's on the fraudster's sim, and then they tries to execute the attack. This is happening a lot these days, so be extra cautious. Whenever your phone is out of coverage for some time, try to make sure, go through your SMS history once your network is back, to make sure that everything is right. And if you are out of range for quite a long time, try to use a different phone, get hold of your call center and make sure that you are checking what is the reason behind you being kicked out of network. These frauds are part of online operandi. There is a lot in online frauds, but because of time crunch I'm not able to cover all these. But please make sure that this thriving industry is blocked. If you are extra careful when you are clicking on links, and make sure that you don't lose your patience when things are happening, because trust me, now the system is so robust that it helps victim a lot when these frauds are conducted. With this, I would like you to wish, be safe when you are executing anything online. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.